Hey guys, it's the Mystic Mover. I'm here this week to give you some messages. If this is your first time visiting my channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, yeah. And if you like what you hear today, then do me a favor, like this video, share, leave me a comment, do all that good stuff. Now, for those of you that it's your first time being on my channel, I am a spiritual healer and an energy coach. And I deliver divine messages to help guide you along your path. We're all going through, we're all in different phases of life is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, this message is a collective message. If it is not hitting home for you, please do go to mysticmelaninshop.com and do a private reading with me. But okay, let's talk about what I have here. I have 3 oracle cards and 1 tarot. And basically, this message is like an encouragement message for where you are right now. And the energy that I feel is like an anxious energy. It's not that there's some frustration. I mean, there is frustration, but frustration is not the primary emotion right now. It's more of anxious to see, to know, curious about what's next, that type of thing. And I mean, if that's how you're feeling, trust and believe that that is a global emotion hitting home with everyone right now. But specifically for my tribe, okay? The card that you have is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is talking about new development. So new opportunities, new inspiration, new ideas, new awakenings, everything all new, but it's coming in a form of something that you never had before. So like now it's holiday time and all of these drinks, they start to make holiday flavors. You don't know what to expect. You don't know if it's going to be good or how it's going to taste until you actually try it. And that's the same thing that's happening within you as a soul, within your soul, okay? So the person who you're creating and who you're becoming is not going to be, what am I trying to say? How you specifically envisioned it. It's more going to be completely different from what you could ever think or ask, because you don't even know the level in which God is about to place you. So it's like you have a person who is really desiring that things start to change now and things lit up now, or not even just lit up, but that something comes through that gives me, you know, an okay about what's happening. But the Page of Cups is talking to us about there being something happening underneath the surface that we're not even aware of, that is going to completely shake our world, and for us not to be looking at our current view as, you know, in a state of anxiousness where I'm waiting, I want to know what's next. Be peaceful and content where you are, because you have no idea where I'm about to take you, and you're going to need all of your intuitive nudges. You're gonna have to pay attention to all of those, the synchronicities. The messages are getting louder and louder and louder, and if you are looking at the end goal, waiting to see when what you think should manifest actually manifest, you miss some of the internal information to get you to that final point. The next card is something worthwhile. In stillness you will know. And that's basically like I was just saying. You have to take your mind off of what it is that I'm becoming and focus on how I'm building. It's important right now for you to let go of how things are unfolding in life for you. Don't become anxious if something unfolds in a way that you didn't expect, don't lose faith or hope or sureness about your path, because things are still unfolding. And as you sit down, I say 1 hour. You need 1 hour to sit down in just pure stillness and quietness. You have to sit with yourself in this time, because this is a moment where you are being given vital information specifically for your path, for your journey, for what it is that you're doing, specifically for yourself. And you can't be distracted by things that are happening on the outside of you or things that keep coming to you. Yes, sometimes it can be one thing after another, but when we are the gods and when we show up as the gods and goddesses that we were put here and created to be, then we take our time with things. We don't push ourselves to try to do too much at once to where it overwhelms us. We understand that life is unfolding one page at a time, and I can't rush to the end chapter to when I do rush to the end chapter, it creates the wrong type of vibrational energy for me, because I'm looking at what's at the end versus what I'm seeing now. And what that is only doing is creating conflict on the inside of you. So Spirit is saying the inner turmoil that is happening on the inside of you, you are creating it. And the only way that you can reverse any inner conflict or turmoil that is happening on the inside of you is by being fully present in where you are now. And I mean fully present. Pay attention to the signs that I'm sending you, to the answers that I'm giving you immediately after you ask for something, because I am working above you and I am doing things. I'm working. And the only thing that I need you to do is to hold on and believe and trust that I am doing my side. I'm doing my work, my load. Your load is to keep the faith going. And as you keep the faith going, it changes the way that you feel, that you look at things, and you become more content, because it's important that your vibration right now changes. Do not resist. So let me move on to the next card, because what I was about to say is definitely this with the transformation. Do not resist the changes that are happening at a cellular level. There is deep healing, deep replenishment happening in so many areas of your life. And the only thing that you can do is to be grateful for where I am right now, because the more is coming. I cannot focus on what's not here. Let me go ahead and make sure that I'm prepared for when I do step over into some of the things that I desire for myself. But things are happening at a cellular level. You may be more tired. You may be more emotional, having to pay attention to your reactions to things. You may even have diet changes, or your taste change, not taste in food, but just taste in overall life. These are cellular transformations, and you allow these cellular transformations to happen, and this should be your primary focus, because this is where all of the change is happening. In order for us to get to that last chapter, we have to make sure that we are marinated on each page. We're paying attention, we're understanding, because there's going to be a need to connect dots or connect a power source. You're creating a full power source. So at the end, when I have achieved and I'm standing in the power of all of the things that I've worked towards, then I can sustain it. The last card is Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Let's see if we can get that on the screen. Yep. Seeding the light, laying foundations, and divine plan. As I was saying before, I didn't even read the cards, even though that's what it said. But there is a divine plan specifically carved out for you. And you don't have to worry about whether this plan is going to be acted out for me. You have to make sure that you are being responsible with your decisions, your actions, your affirmations, your beliefs, that you are in charge of them in every second of the day. That is why Spirit is saying you need to be present. If you are not present, then you are subconsciously, producing and sending things out into the world, and you may send something out without even realizing that that is what you've done. And this is not a bad thing, but it's something that we need to practice and be more mindful of, because this is a part of that block that we're building in this time for the final outcome. And everything is not always about a final outcome, but there is a understanding that we have to have about being realistic with how changes occur in our life. And if I'm not used to being a person that is creating my reality, I have to understand now that creating a reality takes particular steps, and it has a divine law. And if there's a divine law, there's a divine plan. Now, as it is saying about laying foundations and seeding the light, that goes back to the Page of Cups. Something new, something coming forward for us that we are not even seeing. It's a seed. The Page of Cups is just representing the seed. Everything new, everything growing. Everything that you've asked for is already started the moment that you asked for it. What we have to do as the co-creators is to make sure that we are make sure that we are really paying attention to every single thing that's on our assembly line. If a negative thought pops up on that assembly line that speaks against where we're going, we have to be there to reset it. Just needs a little bit of reset, a little positivity. Sometimes it means that we have to walk away from certain things or certain ideas. You have to be open. That's what I'm hearing. Be open. You cannot be closed in what I'm doing for you right now, because what I'm doing for you is something worthwhile. And while cellular changes are not always easy, Spirit just wants to remind you that cellular changes have to happen in order for us to make it to that divine plan in which He has for us. So this overall message is very positive. It is telling you that the miraculous is on its way to you. However, while the miraculous is on its way to you, you have a responsibility to make sure that you are doing your part to be ready for it. That means handling things with a different mindset, controlling our emotions and expressing our emotions, making sure that we process our emotions, and because you're in a new place of understanding. And if I'm in a new place of understanding and I know that I'm going to need greater knowledge for where it is that I'm going, I have to be very zoned in on what it is that is before me in every moment, because every moment for me right now is a learning process, a learning step. And there's no way that you're going to know the outcome for every single thing. That is not what Spirit is doing right now. The world as a whole is shifting and it's changing, and a lot of things that are happening now will not be the same next year. And we don't even know that. We're stuck on where we are right now, but the Spirit is working for you years to come. So some of the things that you're going through now, you don't even understand them. And it doesn't have to be going through. You could just be dealing with some emotional things. You could be dealing with mental things. You could be dealing with health things, but we don't understand what it is or why what's happening is showing up in our life. But everything on the earth has purpose, and purpose does not roll out a red carpet and boom, you hop on it. Purpose is built. It is steps. It has to have, it's a level of, the energy that it carries is very intelligent. So purpose is very strategic in the way that it does things when it ravels out, but it becomes, well, We become resistant when we try to control how purpose comes or how purpose unfolds. It will unfold in the way in which it was meant. And as you are still and quiet and paying attention to your inner nudges, the spirit will give you information about what you don't understand or what does not feel right in that moment. That's why you have to be present and focus and not be distracted and not be discouraged. All of those things are literally self-imposed reactions from the ego. So you can expect great things, and you walk every single day like, I'm expecting something great. And it don't have to be I'm expecting something great today, but my overall energy is that the most astounding things are about to happen for me. And the only thing I got to do is keep myself in check. Make sure I'm not being distracted. That's much easier than stressing and worrying about an outcome for whatever it is that you desire. It's all about focusing on the energy and producing the energy that is required for that outcome, not low vibrational energies of worry, stress, grief, and things like that. So going into your week, whatever it is, even if you don't know what you want, revisit some of your goals, some of your desires, write them out, and make sure that you have a plan to stay in alignment with those goals, because that's what you want. You don't want to misuse your energy and focus on other things. That way, you know, hey, I'm vibrating away from what it is that I'm asking for. I'm vibrating differently, and I'm interrupting what is already my divine plan. So be blessed, sweeties. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the purchases of the tarot readings. And I really enjoy what it is that I do. So please leave me a comment. Please do like, share, and I'll see you again.